All right, so cool beer review here. And you know, I've been kind of just lately, I've got a lot of homebrews that I've gotten from fellow brew tubers and roundtables and folks that have been in my beverage fridge. And, you know, to try to not take the fun out of it, I've just been drinking some of them and enjoying them and sending notes to everybody as I drink your beer. So I hope that's okay. This one here I have to review though, because this came from Northern Rock Brewery. It is the what is it? Vader, the dark side of doppelbock. And I remember when Tony did this one, there was a period of time where, I think it was around the time I had my first surgery, or I was on recovery after, I guess it was a little over a year ago, and I got on the Star Wars kick. As the new Star Wars movie was coming out, and maybe it was a little bit before, that. I can't remember, whenever the first episode, what was it, 7 came out. I was on the Star Wars kick, and I said, hey, we need to do some Star Wars themed beers. So he was doing a doppelbock, so he did this one, and I remember, and I didn't see this video until late, you know, way after he had done it on his Homebrew Wednesday. But he said this was, you know, in the theme of Mike Dean's, you know, Star Wars kick. So his homage to the dark side of the Force. So anyway, without further ado, I'll crack this one. This one is 8%. Doppelbock with 23 IBUs. Doesn't look too dark, which is kind of interesting. This thing is filled to the brim. I don't know how he got this thing so full. I can't fill a bottle this full with my beer gun. So I'm curious to know, Tony, how you filled this thing so full. So yeah, it's pouring a nice kind of caramel color. Pour that all in there. And wow, that's a nice looking beer. Look at that. You can kind of get the hues there. You see a little reddish hues there on the side. But if it looks a little bit darker, no, it's not too bad. Looks a little bit darker than what it's showing on the camera. Or actually, it looks a little lighter than what it's showing up on the film. It looks like not too bad. You can kind of see it as I do that. Let's see. Has a very kind of a sweet, wow, very clean smell. Very sweet, rich, malty smell. Oh, I think this is going to be really good. Okay, like I said, it's a pretty beer. It looks like caramel. It's about a half a finger head, and it's persistent. It's not going anywhere, and it's kind of thin and thick bubbles at the same time. And I guess it's not off-white. It's a little darker than an off-white head, but it smells wonderful. So let's go ahead and get a taste. Cheers, Tony. All his beers have been really clean. Some of the cleanest homebrew I've tasted. And I guess it's, you know, if you watch his videos, you see how technically oriented he is in his brewing process. So it's no surprise. I'm sure he has a very clean, sanitized environment. And I would imagine he's got a very temperature controlled, you know, he's got some pretty fancy fermentation equipment. So I'm not sure if he did this with that big conical fermenter he had. I would guess he probably did. This is a very clean, you know, you would think you're drinking like a commercial beer with this thing. God, this is very good. Well, I'm gonna go. I got the Nationals that are on, but I've been wanting to crack into this one for a while, and I figured since it had the Star Wars theme, I had to at least cam up for it. So anyway, thanks again for the beers, Tony. I still got a big old barley wine you sent me. I think that's the last one I have left, and I'm gonna wait till I have a friend over, maybe for once football season starts, and then we'll crack that thing open, because I think barley wine is, you know, ages well, and then we'll do a review on that one too. So anyway, all right, cheers. Out of here.